Hello, my name is Jean and I'm visiting from the Minnesota Zoo. Today is Tuesday, August 12th, and we are live here in the Child's Life Zone studio for about the next 30 minutes or so. So come on down and join us in the audience because I have some amazing friends I can't wait for you to meet. If you're watching from your room, you can give us a call that you have any questions about the animals. I would love to be able to answer them because today is all about play. Have you ever seen a dog chase after a ball? Maybe catch a frisbee? Have you ever seen a cat play after some string that you might have been pulling along? Have you ever seen a hamster running around in a wheel? Well, to me and to some other people, that looks a little bit like play. Do you play? I bet you do. There are lots of different ways to be able to play, but scientists have wondered, why do animals play? There are about 4 different hypotheses that scientists have come up with. What is a hypothesis? A hypothesis is an educated guess. I bet that's what you said. They're guessing and trying to make an idea up based on the observations or things that they have seen. So here's what scientists have come up with. I've got it on this board right behind me. Hypothesis or guess number 1, lessons and learning opportunities. So animals might be practicing something, learning a new skill in order to be able to survive, and they're doing that safely through play. Hypothesis number 2, testing boundaries and exploring new possibilities. However, had a contest to see who could jump the highest, or maybe who could jump the farthest. Can you hold your breath the longest? Or how long can you hold your breath? Well, hypothesis number 2 is focused on whether or not animals might be seeing how much they can do or what they can do in, again, a safe space. It's not when they're happening when they're out in the nature and being chased by a predator. That's not when you want to learn how fast you can really run. They want to be able to practice that to see also if they can get a little bit faster. Hypothesis number 3, problem-solving skills. Have you ever had to find a solution to a challenge? Well, animals need to as well. Whether it's trying to locate something, maybe they are in a new place, they have to practice these critical thinking skills or problem-solving skills in order to be able to survive. Hypothesis or guess number 4, fun just for fun. Are animals just enjoying what they do? Is that why they play? Today, with my animal friends, we are going to explore these 4 hypotheses and see which one you think is the reason why animals play. I'm going to bring out my first animal friend. His name is Joshua. And maybe we can see how Joshua plays. All right, he's in a very big car seat right here. So we're going to get that into my pen down below. And then I'm going to open the door for Joshua and see if he would like to come on out. Would you like to come on out, Joshua? He's being a little shy. This is his first time here. He's come on out. What animal is Joshua? Did you say skunk? He is a skunk. All right. I'm going to give him a treat because he did such a good job coming out for us. You find that treat and give him a little bit more room to be able to play. So he's eating a nice little nut we have in there. And while he's doing that, I'm going to hide a few more things inside of his place and see if he can find them. You see, I've been hiding them inside the pudding box. Well, animals have a behavior called caching, where they like to store food, so they have to go and find food. That keyword finding food is also called foraging, where animals need to go and look for food. So under lessons and learning opportunities, this is a great chance for Joshua to see if he can use some of those natural skills that he has. He's even going inside of the pudding box right there. If he can use any of his natural skills to be able to find the food. Because again, he is practicing this behavior. Since Joshua is only 1 year old, skunks can live anywhere between about 7 to 10 years old in human care. So this is a great skill that he can continue to use throughout his entire life. I think he's found something. He's chomping. Today I have brought with me some delicious food that he enjoys. We have some lettuce. He also eats fruits and vegetables as well. He likes to eat, let me see if I can get that on. There we go, on camera right over here. We've also got some tomato today, along with more nuts. He's got a Brazil nut, some almonds, even a hazelnut and some cashews. Do you like to eat those foods too? They're a great source of protein for us as well as Joshua. Skunks are omnivores. They eat fruits, vegetables, and meat, so a little bit of everything. There's also some dog food in here, which is a great way for him to get his vitamins and minerals that we can't always replicate with the diet that we grow in our farms. Oh, looks like we've got a nice apple today. Should we hide that? See if he can find it on top of his house. How can he get to it? That's some good climbing skills. Today, I've also brought a paper bag. Not just any ordinary paper bag. I have newspaper inside of there. And can you guess what else I've hidden in there? Food. So I'm going to put the paper bag in here for Joshua to figure out how can he find the food that's inside of the paper bag. Again, practicing those foraging skills. But it's not just foraging skills that they think animals play with. They also might have parental skills, practicing caring for things. They say chimpanzees will have dolls, just like we might play with, but their dolls are sticks and make them pretend like they are a baby. They might be practicing some defense skills. We often see animals have play fighting with each other as they practice how to protect each other in different scenarios. I know Joshua hasn't found all of those foods, so he needs to keep on practicing and see if he can find more snacks that I've hidden inside of his little bin right over there. So there are a lot of ways that animals can practice and play while practicing these things. And remember, play isn't limited to just the young animals. Adults can play too. Do you think Joshua's found all of his snacks? I don't know. I think he's working pretty hard in there. So when you're watching Joshua, do you think he's playing? How can you tell if an animal is playing? Well, I'm going to let you be the one to tell me at the end of our program. He's done such a great job. We've got one more toy for him to play with. I have a ball here. I'm going to bring it to the front of the camera over here. And look what's inside there. There are some really tasty treats for Joshua. He loves lettuce. So I'm going to put that in there and see how can Joshua get that lettuce out of that ball. Well, he's not even going to try. He's just going to start eating the lettuce that's on the outside. He's clawing at it, ripping at it, and trying to pull it apart to try to get to the snacks inside. So again, this is a great lesson for him to be able to not only grab that food, but figure out how to manipulate the food just as he might out in the wild. Wouldn't be with the ball, but it's a great way for him to play. As Joshua continues to play, sorry there, didn't mean to surprise you. I'm going to get his house ready for him to head back to the zoo. What do you think, Joshua? Would you like to go in? Yes, he would. He's got some great snacks in there. But as he waits, we're going to give him the rest of that ball so he can continue to play with it as we meet our next animal friend. But before we get Pokey out, we're going to need to redecorate just a little bit. So we are going to take down the outside of this pen and we are going to set up an obstacle course. Yes, my friend Pokey is going to try an obstacle course to help demonstrate how he too can test the boundaries of his physical limits. I wonder what kind of animal might enjoy going on an obstacle course. Do you have any ideas? Should we incorporate a couple things that Joshua has left behind? I think we can. So what kind of obstacle course do you think would be good for Pokey? Well, let's use some of this paper. Nice little mountain of paper that we have to get in Pokey's way. We can change this to maybe make a ramp and a tunnel at the same time. But guess what? I've got more than one. So that way Pokey can try to maybe make it across a bridge. Or how about just a tunnel for him to play in if he feels like climbing into a tunnel. We'll do some plants for him that might be in Pokey's way. I think that looks pretty good. That looks like a good obstacle course for our friend Pokey. Because Pokey is a box turtle. There he is. This is Pokey. And Pokey is an eastern box turtle. They're not found here in Minnesota. You're going to have to go to the East Coast, so over by the Atlantic Ocean, to be able to find him. And he is ready to go. Let's put him in here to see if he wants to play and challenge himself physically. Remember, this is all about testing new boundaries and seeing what new possibilities they can do. Because turtles aren't really known for their speed. They're also not really known for their climbing capabilities. Their bodies are not built to climb. If you look at his feet, they're very good for grabbing hold and digging into the dirt. I wonder what Pokey's going to do. Looks like he's not as interested. That's all right. Maybe it isn't always a time for animals to be able to play. He might have chosen other things to be able to do. Oh, he is heading this direction because Pokey does have a favorite game he likes to play. Oh, he got me. What game is this? What game is it when you tag and chase after another person or an animal in this case? He is playing tag with me. That is one of Pokey's favorite games. Come on, Pokey. Do you want to test your limits? Well, he's testing his speed capabilities. Look at him go. He's so fast. And remember I said that play is for all ages. Pokey is 37 years old. Would you guess that just by looking at him? Box turtles, they can live to be anywhere between 40 and 50 years old. And legend has it that box turtles can live up to 100 years old. That is a really, really long time. All right, did you see that? He is, even though he may not be playing with the obstacle course that I put out for him, there are other ways that Pokey can play. Let's see if he can figure out how to get out from our pile of newspaper over here. What can Pokey do? Because again, he is all about testing those boundaries, seeing what they can do. Can he climb up? Can he walk up the ramp? Can he find his way out? Because think about it, if he's out in the wild, he could find himself in a completely new area by accident and have to face challenges of new types of terrain, so places to be able to walk on or things to feel, or different obstacles that might be in their way. You can't always go around an obstacle, and in Pokey's case, how can we go up and over as he's demonstrating here on the bridge? Look at him stretch. He's using his tippy toes to push himself up and over so that way he could climb all the way down to the other side. So he is testing those limits and capabilities. And that's going to be really important if he's ever in a situation where that's going to be an important way for him to be able to protect himself. Thank you, Pokey. Good job. Let's see if you want to go into the tunnel. Nope, he's not interested in the tunnel today. He still wants to play tag. Good job, Pokey. As he is making his way across to the other side. So, fun fact about box turtles, they get their name from their shell shape. Right over here, there we go. So his shell is very square, almost like a box. That's how they get their name. But his shell is very special. Underneath his shell, right where my finger is, right here, is a line. We call that line a hinge. Do you recognize that word? A hinge is often found on a door. It allows a door to open and close. Box turtle shells can kind of open and close too with that. When turtles are scared, they can tuck into their shell. And when they tuck into their shell, they can close it using that hinge. Not all turtle shells have that. So it allows that bottom flap over here to kind of open and close when they're ready. And they want to block everything out to be able to protect themselves. Good job, Pokey. And I don't know if you noticed while I was holding him, he has these amazing bright red eyes. Those eyes tell us that he is a boy. Box turtles with golden color eyes are going to be females. Only boys have those bright red eyes. Pokey still wants to play tag. Oh, but I'm tuckered out, Pokey. Should we go for another walk around? One more time? All right, he almost got me there. So as we are watching Pokey chase after me, what do you think? Do you think Pokey plays? Does this look like play to you? Remember, play can look like a variety of different things. Oh, he got me. Good job, Pokey. You know he enjoys chewing on my shoelaces. And that is Pokey, our box turtle, helping teach us a little bit about our second hypothesis, testing boundaries and exploring new opportunities. Thanks, Pokey. All right, we have one more animal friend to help us learn about our last two hypotheses. And I am going to get her out. She is the longest animal that I brought with me today. This is Meadow. And Meadow is what kind of animal? Did you say snake? You're right. Meadow is a fox snake. She is an eastern fox snake. Fox snakes can be found here in Minnesota. They're about 4.5 to 5 feet long. They're not the longest snakes that we have here. Our longest snakes are bull snakes. But fox snakes can be found all across Minnesota. As I said, she's an eastern fox snake, and historically, the Mississippi River used to divide the two different kinds of fox snakes. But as people continue to travel over the Mississippi and find other ways to get animals on the other side, we find that eastern and western fox snakes are found on both sides. How can you tell the difference? Well, you got to take the time to count the spots. Yes, Scientists took the time to count these spots that are on the very top, and if you have about 37 or so, that would be an eastern fox snake, and western fox snakes have about 41 spots. But that's not Meadow's challenge today. As you can see next to me over here, we have something for Meadow to practice on. This is our climbing board. Can you show me how you climb? What body parts are you using to be able to climb? Are you using your hands, your feet, your arms, and your legs? Well, I think Meadow's missing a few of those. So, for this problem that she needs to be able to solve, how can she climb up this board without any hands and feet? Let's test her out and see. Because remember, problem solving is an important skill for animals to be able to have. They can come across various challenges throughout the day, even safely at the zoo. Because Meadow's home isn't flat. It isn't just some grass that she would be able to move across. We have lots of different trees and branches for her to climb over, or that might be in her way. She has different tunnels. She has different rocks that might again be in her way. So how can she maneuver safely in her environment? Again, she has to be able to challenge those different skills. So as we see her, she immediately started climbing on this board without any hands, arms, feet, or legs. How is she doing this? You can see that she's using her muscles all across her body. So for a snake, we've got shoulders here, we've got hips about here, and the rest is all her torso. A lot of ribs right there, and spine, the bones that are found in our torso of our body. And all that is covered in these muscles that allow her to be able to grip and hold on as she stretches her body across to not only figure out how to climb, but another thing she needs to solve is to be able to explore, right? She's checking out all the different scents that might be inside of the room. We're noticing that she does that by her tongue sticking out. She has a black tongue that flicks out from time to time. There we go. That allows her to be able to smell. She doesn't use her nose to be able to smell. Her nose is just for breathing. And that tongue is going to be able to go out. It'll go on the roof of her mouth where the Jacobson organ is. And that's going to allow her to differentiate between the different smells that she is exploring right now. But I think she's showing that maybe it's not just about facing the different challenges and problems she needs to solve, but maybe our last hypothesis, fun just for fun. I bet you when you play, you're not always trying to learn something new or practice and improve a skill. Maybe you just enjoy doing that. And I think what we're seeing is she is enjoying, maybe not the climbing portion of the challenge here. I think she's really enjoying the exploration portion. We keep seeing her try to go behind because she might want to see what's back there, especially with Joshua has been playing with that ball the entire time. You can hear the clinking noise that are going in the back. That's Joshua and his lettuce ball. And she keeps trying to explore what I have back there. It's nothing for you, but it's very interesting for her to be able to, because we see that she is constantly trying to go that direction. Maybe that is something that she just enjoys doing. It's also a skill that can help her to be prepared if she knows what's in the area around her. What do you think? Do you think she's playing as you've been watching her on our climbing board? Well, let's revisit those hypotheses one more time. You've gotten to see our friends play around. We saw our skunk, Joshua, showing us how he forages and looks for hidden food through our lessons and learning opportunities as he practices those important skills that help him to be able to survive. We had Pokey, our box turtle, share with us as he tested boundaries. We saw him climb up over one of our ramps and explore the possibilities of what he is physically capable of. We now know that, yes, Pokey can climb up ramps even at 37 years old. Or is it the animals play because they're solving problems and practicing those problem-solving skills like Meadow has been showing us as she is trying to figure out a way to get past me so that way she could get into the back behind our climbing board over here? Or is she just doing this for fun? What do you think? Why do animals play? Do you think it's one of these 4 hypotheses? Or do you have another idea why animals play? I can't wait to hear your answer. But thank you so much for joining us here today, and we will see you next time.